It's time to select your character and choose your own adventure as we embark beyond worlds you've never seen before. For years, gamers have lined up to get their hands on some of the coolest titles and technology on the market.
It's worth the overnight wait.
Behind the scenes, game developers are working hard to bring these games to life.
They're going to start adopting this AI stuff much sooner than most other industries are.
So just how big is the gaming industry these days? And what new adventures will we embark upon into the future? Well, it's time to level up, rev our engines and sharpen our wits because this is the power of play. Do you remember blasting aliens as they inched their way to the bottom of our screens in Space Invaders? Or maybe you soothed your senses stacking those colourful blocks in Tetris. Whether you're a PlayStation, Xbox, PC or Nintendo gamer, the industry has come a real long way.
Gaming has come a long way, I guess, from where I started. I started playing on the Sega Mega Drive back in the day when consoles used to take cartridges. And, you know, gaming today is all cloud-based. You can play games on your phone, on your PC, on a console. There's just so many different ways to play games that back in the day I never imagined I would be able to play games that way. So we've definitely come a long way, and things are just continuing to change.
In 1973, Atari began developing games that would bring about a whole new industry, the arcade. Arcade machines quickly popped up in bars, bowling alleys, and shopping centers all around the world.
Come on in. It's almost another world here in the video arcades of America.
And how could we forget the first real electronic game sensation, Pong? There was a boom in video game development, with more than 15 companies working on their own games between 1972 and 1985.
Hey, my name's Chris Smith, gamer name is Mayo, and I'm the founder of Big. As a millennial, I guess, born in 1991, I feel like I'm the last generation who kind of grew up pre-internet, I guess, and Gen Zs onwards were kind of internet native from the get-go. They don't necessarily label themselves as a gamer because it's just expected that they do play games. It's expected that they've played Minecraft on an iPad or, you know, played a bit of Fortnite and FIFA on a console and maybe even entered a tournament.
Many considered these days the golden age of gaming. The same time, many of our favourite gaming characters were in fact born. From the dot-hungry Pac-Man to everyone's favourite plumbing brothers, Mario and Luigi. In the early days of development, these games had to last, and they were built to be difficult.
I went and bought a SNES, when I turned about 19, 20, and went back and played Mario, and that game is damn hard. It's actually not very easy at all, and it kind of had to be because you can't release new levels, DLCs, updates, and things like that.
Maps and levels were crafted to challenge even the most eager of gamers who often struggled to clock the game.
The way that games operate now with games as a service, I've been playing the same game since I stopped being like a semi-pro or pro gamer in Counter-Strike about 10 years ago. I've been playing Dota 2 for like almost 10 years now, and the game is nothing like when I first started playing it. So the consistent updates, the new heroes that are released, the map changes, the meta changes, the changes to items, the new abilities, the esports stuff that integrate, really keeps a game interesting for a long time. Whereas if you're a massive fan of, Donkey Kong Country on the SNES, I'd find it hard to believe that you could just play that game for 10 years because you're going to finish the game 100 times or more.
Video games brought people together. Friends and families could later enjoy the thrills of multiplayer gaming together.
League of Legends is a 5 versus 5 game, Dota 2 is a 5 versus 5 game, and they're multi-billion-dollar franchises just in themselves. So that's a major difference to before. Obviously before the advancement of the internet, everything was single player.
And today the gaming space is leveling up, bringing in $372 billion in 2023 alone.
And the number of users is expected to leap to over 3 billion in the next few years.
I would say gaming today is a hobby and activity that's being played by Everyone really. There are older gamers, there are young kids playing games. Almost everyone around me is playing video games, so I don't think there's one set look. Women are playing games as well. There are a lot of girls playing games. It's not just an activity for boys anymore.
So what makes it all so special?
I think it brings people together. I think that's what really excites me about gaming, more so than the games itself, is the ability to connect with different people from around the world who share the same passions that I do, who love the same games, the same kind of stories, the same experiences.
It seems like everyone's getting on board the gaming train, with even companies like Apple and Google trying their hand at it, with varying levels of success.
It's more accessible online, so it allows more people to play on various platforms. It's not just on console, it's not just on PC. People can play games across all devices now. It's an ability of cross-play as well. So, your PlayStation players may be able to play with PC gamers, and Xbox gamers can play with PlayStation gamers. Things like that are now starting to become more on trend.
Fresh tech has been the key to bringing some of our favorite characters to life.
So what does the future hold in the ever-evolving space of gaming? Well, let's take a look.
There's so much potential out there given, AI is a big thing. We've got VR games now happening. Who knows, we might be able to feel what the character in a game feels. There might be ways to do things where you can wear a particular glove and feel exactly what happens when you punch someone. So you never really know with the way the world's working, but I think there's just so many different avenues.
Yeah, there's been so much rapid advancement in technology, not just from the user side. People are now gaming full-time on smartphones, which was never a possibility, 10 years ago. People are gaming in virtual reality with a headset like a Meta Quest 2 or a Quest Pro, which is strapped to your head, which has, essentially a mobile processor in it as well. Doesn't even need to be plugged into your PC to operate, to, the new 40 series NVIDIA graphics cards that allow you to play on, 2 or 3 multiple screens and amazing sim racing setups compared to, the old CRT of yesteryear.
And like all industries, artificial intelligence is now assisting with bringing these ideas to life.
It can see what's happening in the game, can see your player name, can use an automated text-to-voice creator, and they could just talk to you like a person. You could say, hey, Chris, I've seen you just killed this dragon or whatever, that's really neat, do you want to buy this sword? And that doesn't have to be hard-coded into the game, that's something that can happen live. Even for esports, there's AI commentary that I've seen as well teased. There's some NASCAR commentators were, commentating in quotation marks a Formula One race, completely automated.
I think games are allowing for more creativity for people to be more creative, I suppose, in making movies and making TV shows and having that wide breadth of artistry to be put forward out there into the world.
Sony's got its eye on an AI research center, which could be a literal game changer for PlayStation developers. Kenichiro Yoshida thinks it'll help to be a player's in-game opponent or even a teammate. As history continues to show, new tech is of course the way to go. And like those gamers and pioneers of the past, it often pays to dream big. So who knows what the future will hold? But one thing's for sure, once you press start, the game is on.